I need a target. I'm out of range. Not enough. I don't have enough. It's too far away. That ability is not I'm out of range. I don't have enough energy. I can't carry anymore. I don't have enough energy.
Brings something special? Well met.
Hail.
Peace, friend. Live it.
I can't equip that. I can't use that.
Peace, friend.
Clean up the little guys. We should be here. I can help out here. I'm gonna.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god! What are we witnessing?
Oh, he's missed! He survived! He missed! He missed! He's so lucky! He's so lucky!
It's too far away.
Holy shit! God fuck, man.
头皮问题反复出现。
I don't have enough energy.
See, one thing, like, if you want to have Zev a tank as well, right? You need to keep a ret in his group as well, ideally.
Yeah, for Sanctity.
It's not a big deal. We've got Corathorn and Holbar.
No, I never noticed whether you guys are doing that.
No, we're not. But he's not usually not tanking anything.
See, it makes it a little bit difficult because you want to kind of have a shaman in there too.
It's fine.
A
We
red.
had lots of shamans tonight.
You want to have some, possibly a feral druid or a hunter in there as well. But
Yeah,
you
2
also
reds.
need your tank, like a warrior in there for battle shout.
You can't get everything. There's not enough room in the group.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You put a shaman in there for Wind Fury, you're just putting them in there for one person, not to buff a full melee group.
We had 4 shamans. That's like 4 groups that, you know, 4 groups. I mean, did we even have 4 melee groups?
Yeah, two.
Yeah, so one of the shamans probably wasn't even dropping. I reckon you'd leave the warrior out of the group. I think you'd just do a shaman, hunter, feral, and
Well, they don't benefit greatly from an AP boost.
Another thing, like those hunters, it seems like none of them want to use their pets, and they don't have the wolf pet, which is like the best one for helping out a tank.
Nah, dude, one of them has, I think it's Bagatelle, I don't know, one of them has the bat that does the AP reduction on bosses. I think that's the most useful for a tank, dude.
You know one thing I've never seen here too? Fucking battle chickens.
I use mine sometimes, but it always dies as soon as we do. Yeah.
It doesn't it just have to get the buff off though? And the buff lasts for 10 seconds or so?
I don't know, dude. It never seems to
it's
do
like
the
a
buff.
3-minute buff, but you have to be engineering, and you also have to. I think you almost have to have gotten hit, or like your character has to think it got hit or something, for the chicken to like definitely squawk. Oh, that's interesting. That wrench.
Yeah, dude. I use that wrench when I'm doing any of the engineering summons.
Which wrench is that?
Wrench of Creation. It increases the summonables levels to 63 instead of 60.
What? How does that even work too? Because I was under the impression all those summonals like Arcanite, Dragonling and all that, they work off your engineering skill.
Yeah, they do.
So you can be like level 35, be 300 engineering, and have a Dragonling that hits for like fucking massive.
Correct. Dude, that's the real way to fucking win it. Hardcore. Just go engineering, and as soon as you like hit the new bracket, fucking max it out and have this OP pet running around.
It only lasts for a minute or so, doesn't it?
Chicken lasts forever, man.
Does it?
The chicken doesn't die, dude. It just lasts. I think it goes for 30 minutes or something, and then that's also the cooldown for it. So like it dies, and then you can use it again. It's busted. The tooltip says that it lasts for 1.5 minutes, but I've summoned it like while I'm questing and shit, and it just stays alive. It doesn't die.
I've noticed that actually with some of the engineering mobs, like some of the guys that spawn those little Reaper dudes, like the little repair bot dudes, they have more health than they should have. Like the ones in Stone Talon have like 1k health, 1.2k health, when everything else has about 400, 300 or something.
That's brutal.
So yeah, whenever I do, I think the ones in Stranglethorn do the same thing. Where'd Merrick's go?
They're gonna leave a message.
You know what we'll do, Hate Forge Quarry? No. Get tank and heal.
I'm gonna be AFK for a bit.
No worries. Boggum, you wanna tank a quick Hellfire Quarry?
No, I gotta do admin work, dude.
Admin work. Yeah, you could just like run in, go AFK for 30 minutes, and we'll just like kill stuff. Fucking where'd Axel go? You must be having a good fucking feed, mate.
I don't think he sticks around after raid usually.
But he said he was going to go get some food. It's been like 45 minutes, I think. Or do you think there's some Lego needs assembling somewhere, or something needs power washing?
Not enough.
That's good points we can go. Yo, can you hear me?
No.
It's affecting in-game usage keys, which is the same key that I use for Discord push to talk.
Are you winning, bot?
I just started.
Turkey reckons he's got the helper add-on and the main log add-on installed and enabled. And he's still showing up as unknown in the log.
I sent him the sinew, by the way.
Has he got all that shit to set to fucking not read only or whatever? Or has he got his TurtleWow folder in program files?
Why, what does that do?
I think if you're running like modern Windows program files, it causes a lot of problems with reading from that directory and shit like that. Administration rights.
Yeah.
So I have another laptop and I tried installing TurtleWow, and like when I go and just double click on it, it's like, oh, this isn't a like native Windows game, so it just doesn't even launch.
I think that's to do with it's not like in the registry, isn't it?
I have no idea. I was like, okay, I'll just go back to my shitty laptop. So that's what I'm doing still.
Which Windows is that? 11?
I think it's a Windows 10 machine.
Okay. So I haven't upgraded to Windows 11 for that reason, in case it introduces shitty stuff like that.
Yeah, I got it from my brother. Like, I'm using...
I'm out of range. That ability isn't ready yet.
Yeah, I don't know where everybody went.
They're all soft.
What?
They're all soft. They're all tired.
I need to sleep. When?
I need to play Lego. Play Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah, that sounds pretty boring.
I don't have enough.
I'd rather go down to Silithus and die in the fucking caves with Kimian.
It's too far.
Kimian? What's Kimian?
He's
Oh, use it both there.
The pre-quests for the calling thing.
Yeah, are you two-manning it?
Yeah, we're trying to, but he pulled like 4 mobs, and I had like no mana. And
I can come there and give you a hand if you want. But, two men should be fine as long as you're careful.
Yeah. It's just...
I was doing 2-man bugs with Corathorn the other day and it was quite good. You know, he had to drink a lot because he was in melee range, but I'll come give you a hand.
I mean, if you're bored...
Yeah, I don't have much to do.
Yeah. What character are you on right now?
Well, let me find out which one is closest to Silithus. So I can tank. Oh, the mage is still in Silithus. Yeah, okay. Oh shit, you're in that hive.
Yep. Yeah, and so we pulled a slave maker, and then an ambusher showed up, and then another one, and then he got mind controlled. So it was 4 guys on me.
Fuck. Yeah, I can't speak for that hive. I hadn't been in there.
Well, it sucks, I'll tell you that much.
Like, that's the one with the lords, right? Like, level 62. I just realised the other day I might end up doing these on my paladin too. Going for Wrath of Scenarios.
What's the Wrath of Scenarios do?
It's the ring with the chance to proc 132 spell power.
Ah, okay.
Apparently, it procs a lot of consecration. It was broken on this server for a while though.
I'm out of range.
I think it had like a oh Jesus Christ, I'm fucked.
That spell isn't ready yet. It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Time is money, friend. Hey, how you doing? Have a good one.
Looking for something special?
I have no idea how I'm supposed to get down into there. Like, there's ambushes out the front.
So we ended up, it was like the bottom right, or I guess south, east.
So where I am now, I'm standing like right on top of the hole.
Oh, okay. I mean, we're almost done with this one. We're like in the room where the night elf ladies are at.
I hope you're not going to attempt to kill her.
What?
I hope you're not going to attempt to kill her.
Why?
Well, she's fucking rough.
I thought that's like how this whole quest works. She's got 25k.
I don't think someone mentioned you don't need to kill her. You just need the rubbings. But I mean, if you're gonna do it and you think you can do it, then I think yeah, you should go for it.
Oh, I should probably. I'll need full mana for her probably.
She does mind control though.
Ew.
I don't know. Whether either of you have got PvP trinkets or something.
I should have the PvP trinket, but I don't. I just really don't want to give up that trinket slot, dude.
If I remember correctly,
I don't have enough energy.
the bugs don't aggro.
Dude, this whole like my totems don't affect me thing is driving me nuts, dude.
Yo, Buggertool was having this fucking thing happen to him today. He wasn't getting his own true shot aura. This might be a server bug, like since the last patch.
At least we've got dual spec, so I can just do elemental and say fuck it, I don't need my totems.
They really do need to add a totem for casters, though. I feel with what they've done to the world buffs.
Well, so there's the stone skin totem stacks with paladin, so you can make your casters real tanky.
Devo aura. I don't think many paladins use Devo aura though. It's not that great.
I think that's like Blessing of Sanctuary or something.
It's okay. I reckon it would be okay if you're a bear and you've got like massive amounts of armor. But if you think about it, like I think it's 10%. Either way, it's like 1,000 armor or something like that. And sometimes you find yourself like you're the only paladin in the group anyway, so you're going to be using a resist aura or something.
Well, I'm not talking about the aura. I'm talking about there's like a blessing, and the icon is the same as the.
Oh, Blessing of Sanctuary. The damage reduction. That's not an armor buff. That's a damage reduction.
Yeah. So I think that's the big one for casters, but nobody's really doing anything with it.
No, but I feel we could do with like, did you play Shaman in Wrath? They might have even had it in TBC. It was called Totem of Wrath. It was an actual spell power buff totem. And it was just an elemental thing.
Oh my god, this lady is a pain in the ass, dude.
Yeah, she is a pain in the ass.
Oh, but now we aggro another bug.
I'm trying to work my way in there.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough.
Oh, now fucking ambusher came on. God. We're so fucked. Oh, dude, I just realized this. When we get enough of, like, the Root of Norstone rep, we get there's, like, good range.
Ring. I think if you have a look at them, they're not that good.
Oh. Well, I thought there's, like, a hit one, and a defense one, and a spell power one, maybe?
I had a look at them the other day. I think the tank one looks good. I think the caster one and the DPS one looks kind of average. It might have been the DPS one looks good. I think the DPS one had like... I think what it was, there's not a lot of variety too. I think if you get the DPS ring, it's got strength on it. Which is maybe a little bit wasted for rogues. Not wasted, but not ideal. Useless for hunters.
Oh, it's good for shamans, though. We get 2 attack power per strength.
Don't quote me on it though, because they changed quite a few items. Like, they made the Onyxia ring comparable with the AQ20 ring for casters. Whereas it used to be like really garbage, apparently.
Oh, okay. They actually changed the revered Zul'Gurub neck to have like a bunch of strength. It's like, and it's kind of weird because it says 6 strength and 9 strength, so it has like 15 strength, but they're in like 2 separate stat columns. And but then when you get it up to exalted, then they like revert back, and then it doesn't have as much strength.
So you mean the shaman ring in particular?
Not the ring, it's the neck piece.
The one that drops off one of the bosses?
No, it's the reputation one. Like, as part of your like 5-piece ZG set.
Yeah, but that's shaman specific.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like, yeah, everyone gets there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus.
We can kind of get you. You're Horde, right?
No.
Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna say, like,
Can you not res me?
Nope, not if you released.
Oh, okay. It's just, I noticed a lot of people going, oh, we need a Horde reser here, we need Alliance reser here, when I've noticed on my Paladin I can res anyone. Doesn't matter what faction.
Not enough energy. It's too far away.
But yeah, like the items, the ZG sets, they all seem kind of rough. like the warrior one, the trinket is like instant 30 rage, which is like what? The mage one is like increased arcane damage, which is yeah okay if you want to be an arcane mage, but fucking paladin one shit. I don't think I've seen one that's any good. I think the paladin one is increase your chance to crit with spells 5% for 10 seconds or some shit.
Yeah, the shaman one is like your mana totem is 10 less mana. Like it costs 10 less mana.
That's like the AQ set too. For mages is like 10% increased damage absorbed from mana shield. It's like we shouldn't be fucking using mana shield. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like, oh shit, I need to go.
I feel like, have you seen that South Park episode about how a Family Guy episode is made?
No.
I think it's a little bit like that. They just get like manatees swimming around in a pool to pick a random ball with a fucking name on it. So we'll give that class that.
Well, I'm gonna go look and see. I can never remember what like spell book it's in. The damn mana totem. Okay, yeah, so even rank 1 is 36 mana, so it wouldn't be a free spell. Like, have you... I can't remember the name of the item, but it's... I think it's out of Blackrock Depths, and it reduces the cost of all your spells by 100 for like 15 or 20 seconds.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
It's a trinket or something.
Yeah. So I did a little experiment with it, and found out that if you cast spells that are less than 100 mana during that time, it doesn't like take you out of 5-second cast mode. So you get full spirit regen.
I don't have
Oh shit.
Just as long as you're not doing like really big spells. But I was like, this is kind of useful. This could be useful in certain situations.
There is a couple of items like that too, though. I remember a priest mate I was running around with for a while. There was an item that, what do you call it? I think it reduced the mana cost of blessings. Blessings? Prayers, sorry. And he'd equip that just to fucking buff fort and stuff like that.
What brings you here?
But then you got to watch too, like a lot of these items with 5% mana regen while casting don't stack with other talents that do the same thing, like the priest talent.
Oh, kind of like the shamans have this talent for like increasing your totem range to 30 yards. And then there's like a 3-piece tier 1 set bonus that also increases your totem range to 30 yards.
And they don't stack?
Nope, they don't stack. So regardless, it's still just 30 yards.
Well met.
Would you like a hit of some... What the hell is your guy?
Do you want oranges?
Your translog is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucking leave it alone. Gay pride, mate.
You look
Gay
like
pride.
a pro wrestler. like a hit of some wizard oil?
I've got some on me actually at the moment.
Okay. Mine is only lesser wizard oil, it's not that good. But I want to get rid of it out of my freaking inventory.
Oh, that one stack you have left. Fucking
Okay.
Merrick's
Two
did
more
that
charges
the other
on
day. Oh no, there's a fucking wasp.
Not enough It's too far away. Not
It's not good. Oh, should we kill the Spitfire?
Yeah, we should kill the Spitfire. Hopefully she won't heal it.
Have you got an interrupter? Oh, I'm dominated. Oh, this is bad.
Oh my god.
I'm out of bandages too. Yeah, I'll get this next interrupt.
Oh no, I'm down.
Fucking bro.
Oh, no,
There's a fucking ambusher.
I have business to attend to. I have no time for play.
Oh! Okay. Why don't we wait? Why don't we wait for the spawns so that we kill them all so they don't respawn at the same time? Or, like, yeah, they don't respawn prematurely.
Well,
What's the cooldown on a shaman's interrupt too? Isn't it like really low in classic?
yeah, it's 6 seconds.
Okay, so you can get an interrupt in more than I can.
Yeah. Yeah, so I should be primary interrupts, but I'm also doing the healing. But in order to do healing, I have to change my target.
But
So
also,
yeah.
and if you get dominated, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
See, I can ice block one of the dominations. I can get my trinket out actually. Trinket only does for humans dispel fear, polymorph, and slowing though. Never mind. I can ice block two dominations.
How may I aid you? I've been expecting you.
Can you polymorph her to interrupt?
I think she's undead, isn't she?
I don't know.
Can't target her while dead. Just watch out for that there's an ambusher.
Yeah, he's fucking right there, of course.
Oh, so she's humanoid. I've got a feeling she might not be CCable though.
I don't know what it is. It just seems like this is a really shitty spot. But no matter where we're at, she'll fear people. So I don't know the good spot. Part of me feels like the front door is the best spot. But
That's where I did it last. Then again, I did have a warlock here to do it for me. Little Karen actually soloed this thing. I'm not sure how he did it though. Something to do with a Void Walker and I don't know, it's probably some warlock trick.
The smell isn't ready yet.
I do reckon let's just get that lore. It's a bit of a safety net. No. It's like a half a second cast. I think I actually interrupted her last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I was quick enough. I didn't see you or Kimian get mind control. Nice. Destroyed her.
Man, I hate these hives so much. I spent too much time down here, and I never got, like, Earth Strike for it or anything. Just like, I'm not gonna...
Is Earth Strike your pierce for enhancement?
I think so. I mean, especially like on real quick. Like,
ambush. Oh no!
Yeah, this is what happened last time.
Us. Slave maker, I would say. Yeah, I was a bit like that. I started grinding this for Rock Fury braces. And then I had a look, right? You got that there, which has actually got some stamina and some intellect on it. And it's got like, I think it was 6 less spell power or 7 less spell power. I'm just gonna fucking roll with these, bro.
Oh yeah.
Why would I fucking go through all the trouble? 6 or 7 spell power. A wasp. Quite a few skellies around here.
Yeah, I don't know why those are there.
Definitely wasn't us.
Nope. Do you like my little macros that I made?
That gives you strength.
Yeah.
I was looking at that before. I'm like, what? Poon isn't even in my group. What is this shit?
Yeah. Well, in that like first poll that we had in 1840, Hobart like DI'd me right away. I was just like, I think we're gonna survive this, but thanks.
Yeah, Holbart's a bit like that. We're still trying to figure out who bopped Axel last week on Nefarian.
I think I might have left before that happened because I do not recall this.
Well, I don't know whether to hate the guy or love the guy though sometimes.
I can't just yet.
Yeah, well, my first interaction with him was kind of like horseshit. So, yeah.
But he's just like, he's so fucking dumb.
And he's a rat paladin, dude. He like fills the stereotype.
But like, does he not know any better? Like, and he's so like, you know, well, what are we doing? Fucking, you know, fucking. Oh, it's just, it feels so much about him when it's like, dude, like you're here for the rest of us too. It's not just you. Like, we're here for everyone. We're here to make sure we progress as a guild. Like,
well, I don't need anything from this boss, so I will be back in a little.
That's what it feels like.
Oh
like,
yeah.
He hasn't come to AQ20 or ZG in like fucking months.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I. Like, okay, if you don't do things where you don't need gear, then you can't SR in other raids.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Like, when we're doing these other raids, you kind of want to have your other, like, really super stacked people showing up because it just makes everything easier. And if they don't show up, well, now you're back to square one.
It's like if half the guild gets geared with AQ stuff, and the other half can't get an Oni because that other half is only interested in doing Blackwing Lair, and not an Oni, like a Molten Core.
Yeah. I need to go put some shit in my bank. I have, like, no inventory slots. Could you come with me to Cenarian Hold and I'll, and give me... Oh, wait, no, you're human.
Human, yeah. Does Kimian have a bank?
I don't know.
Oh, I've got a mailbox.
Okay, if you've got a mailbox, I can just use that. And I'll just send it to Hold.
Yeah, it's just like, I've come to the realization that some people, like slow people, you just need to like, I don't know, be patient, you know? Like, be patient, I have autism kind of thing.
Yeah, I just sit there and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, but it's just how some people are, dude. Like in real life too. You know, if there's nothing in it for them, they're not gonna.
I found most people are like that these days, though. I think it's just like society as a whole has taken that turn. I remember back when I was a kid, like, you know, people weren't so selfish.
Yeah.
Like, you look at people on the road now and they drive like fucking, like they're the only one there. Like, get out my fucking way, you know?
Yeah. Get out of my way. And I think it's a population density thing. Like, I think when you just get a bunch of people in a location,
I'm listening.
it just inevitably ends that way.
I would say that too. I would say exactly that, because like back when I first got my driver's license, for instance, there was a lot less people on the road back then. You know, fucking where I live, it's fucking boomed. There's more people. Like, you know, it's become like Sydney, and Sydney has always been notorious for like bad drivers, like, you know, Sydney drivers. Which I imagine are just like New York drivers or LA drivers or something like that, you know.
Oh yeah, California driver. That's the big one. It's like, why is that dude speeding past me and flipping me off?
I was watching this thing the other day. Like, we've got a thing in Australia called dash cam owners, fucking whatever, and they come out with a culmination of videos every week from dash cam owners all over the country. And there's this guy like fucking freaking out because someone's trying to merge in front of him. It's like, okay, instead of calling him a fucking dick wank, which is what he was doing, just let him in. Just chill and fucking let him in. I don't even know why it was on this fucking video thing. Just like, the guy had his indicator on. Yeah, okay, it was an awkward spot on the highway, but fucking, there's no unbroken line, so I couldn't even see what the guy was doing wrong. Just let the cunt in. It's like, no, this is my spot. Get the fuck out. It's like, share the fucking road.
Have you watched Naked and Afraid?
No. What, the hardcore player?
Oh, it's a survival thing for like real life people. They do like a reality show. One guy, one woman. They get naked. They go into the woods together.
Oh, I think I've heard about that.
For 21 days.
Yeah, I think I've heard about that. I've never seen it though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's I forgot what my train of thought was about that. It'll come to me eventually.
That's because Bargatil just entered the chat, and we were talking about him.
Oh, I know what it was. So the very first episode of the very first season, they pair up this like 40-year-old guy with a 25-year-old girl.
Oh no.
And he's like, I hope it's not. I don't get like the partner. He's one of these like Gen Zs. Like, it's all about me, and like that's it. That's all that matters. And sure enough, like that's exactly what he got. Like, he goes and kills this snake, comes back, and he's like, look what I got for us to eat. She's like, oh, it looks like a baby. Like, saying, oh, you know, thanks for killing this snake, but it's kind of small.
This guy, Exide from Going to Death, is whispering me, going, open Stormwind, please. Open SW, please.
That's Mage's life, dude. That's what you do, right?
Like, he's not even within range of us. Where the fuck is he? And he wants a portal? I'm in the fucking hive. Oh.
What's his name? I'll invite him and see if he comes here.
Yeah, okay, do it. Xexidae.
Can you type it? Yeah, he's gonna come over here and he's gonna be above ground looking for us. How many quests do you have to do to be Lore Keeper?
1700.
Jesus.
Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, these are, yeah, these are non-elites. That was smart. I'm out of potions.
Got a little rub.
I'm out of range. I don't have a target.
Yeah, I was working at a restaurant, and you know, restaurants, you have a bunch of like 16, 15-year-old girls. It's like their first job ever. And then you also get like guys that are also in that same boat. And man, it's just one of those things. Like, I feel really bad for the managers because to get these people to like do stuff, it's just a pain in the ass.
Well, I'm in the fabrication trade, right? Manufacturing, fabrication, construction type stuff, and we're having a really hard time, like all across Australia, I think, finding skilled tradesmen. And one thing I've noticed lately is that it seems to be there's not many middle-aged tradesmen, kind of like me, like people in their 30s, 40s. They're usually either really young or really old, and the old ones are just about to retire, and the young ones don't want to fucking work. They don't want to do a dirty job. They don't want to be in the trade. They don't want to work hard. Jesus, half the fucking apprentices I work, you never even find them at work because they're taking fucking sickies. And when they are at work, they just fucking stand around talking all day.
Oh yeah, I worked with these interns, and it's like they're on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
TikTok, Snapchat, like just on their phone.
I see them sometimes taking fucking selfies, man.
At work.
Yeah, come on, bro. You're at work, like. Yeah, it's a bit worrisome for this fucking new generation.
Yeah, but like they, you know, when you grow up with the internet, like it's always been there, you know. and you've always had instant internet, like, you just don't have to wait for stuff. Should I leave party and just PvP this dude?
Nah, he came over here.
Dude.
He's giving me a gold too.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Customer service.
I was hoping he'd follow us all the way down though.
So I saw, I think it was on Facebook or LinkedIn or something, and there's this like older man, probably like 60, and he is talking about that same thing you're talking about, how like no one wants to work. But his take on it is, it's not that no one wants to work, it's that no one wants to be exploited anymore. And that kind of got me thinking, because I don't know, I was at this conference, probably like 6 years ago, and they were talking about how corporations have, been making more and more money. Like their profit margins are higher now than they were a while back, and the money, like the take-home money that a worker is getting away with, is less and less. And so I think it's just that gap is increasing. And I don't know about like how it is in Australia for like construction and like building stuff, but construction has been booming here. And I think it's because, you get a big company, they get a bunch of money, and they're like, we got all this money, what are we going to do with it? They build a building.
Well, that's the thing. You invest that money. A good company will invest the money, and they'll invest the money by paying their fucking workers a decent wage. And if people know that they're paying a decent wage, they'll get more workers. Like, happy employees are probably the most valuable asset you could have. But I've noticed that the wages over there seem to have fucking increased quite a lot too. Like, I've got a mate lives over in Connecticut over there who's he's a supervisor, sheet metal worker, and he's on $40 an hour. He says.
Oh yeah, that's
it's apparently a union job.
Yeah, the union jobs typically will pay way better, but places don't want to. Like, it's more expensive for the end customer, so they don't really want it if they don't have to. But like anything with the federal government, they like have to pay good money.
But at the same time, cost of living is going up there too, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Like
booming, like it is here, and they still want to. They still want to give us pay increases based on the old cost of living increases, like 1.5%, when it's actually closer to like 7%.
I'm out of range.
See, we're fighting for a 5% increase right now, and 5% is the biggest increase I've seen in a long time. Usually we're asking for like 3s, 2.5s, 3s.
Okay.
But you realise too that like these fucking companies, these big companies are very management heavy, and they don't operate without us. They don't operate without the peons making all the shit for them. They don't come down from the office and fucking make the stuff that we make. They don't know how.
Yeah, no, all they know how to do is manage people.
That's if they know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an interview earlier this week, and I said to the guy, like, what is the management style of the person that I'm reporting to? As like one of my questions. And yeah, it kind of like caught him off guard. He physically like shook his face as if he just got slapped. I think as he was contemplating the question, which, you know, tells me like, oh, he might not be trained as a manager. He's just kind of winging it.
That's not me. I mean, I'm at that point in my career where I'm looking to get off the tools, you know, which means like a managerial position or supervisory position or something like that. But see, I haven't had any experience as a supervisor. That's the kind of thing where
Right.
I'm finding you want to go for supervisory jobs. They want supervisory experience. Well, like, it's one of those things where you need the job to get the experience, but you need the experience to get the job.
Yeah. Like, you bought a package of scissors, and in order to open the package of scissors, you have to use scissors. Like, I heard a guy use that analogy, and I was like, I like that. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Like, when you get a knife or something like that. When you get a knife in one of those shitty plastic fucking packages that you can't fucking cut or you can't tear. So you got to get a knife to fucking cut the knife out.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah, this is a knife.
Uh-oh.
Fantastic.
That was a bit risky, wasn't it?
Need to get closer.
You know, one thing I fucking feel too, right? One thing I've been feeling, I don't know, for maybe the past 5, 6, 7 years, is that if you're a skilled tradesman, you kind of, how to put it, you get passed over for advancement. Yeah, I mean, like, they want to keep you on the floor. They want to keep you manufacturing. They don't want you to advance. Like, they want fucking the dumb cunt to advance.
They're like, if we advance you, then we have to find someone to replace you, like what you've been doing for us for, you know, however long.
Yeah, that's what I found at the last place I worked, and that's what I feel like I'm finding now here too. So I've actually just gone permanent with a big company, and I put in job applications for higher positions. And they said, you know, would you be happy with this lesser position? Which, I mean, I would, because I was looking for a job regardless. But I feel like, well, you know, why didn't you give me the positions that I fucking applied for?
Yeah. So I just had, it was over the summer, like, I had it was 2 Novembers ago, I started a new job, and then like, about 3 or 4 months into that job, my boss was like, hey, how many projects, you know, can you handle at once? And I'm like, well, it depends on if I'm doing the drafting or if other people are doing the drafting. I said, okay, well, what's the numbers? I'm like, if I have to do my own drafting, I can handle about 2 projects at once.
What do you mean by drafting? Are you a draftsman?
So I'm an electrical engineer, but I do a lot of my own like Revit drafting because I learned a lot of that fresh out of school. And I mean, I also have AutoCAD experience as well, but Revit is like definitely where I want to specialize in. And
see, that's the kind of thing I was hoping to get into. It was like the engineering side of things, drafting, designing shit, you know.
Yeah, it's fun to do it. It's just you gotta kind of keep up with it.
The technology, man. I mean, I did the whole technical drawing thing in school. Then I did it at TAFE, you know, paper and pen, all that shit. And then at the end of that it was AutoCAD, back when AutoCAD was like Windows 95. And now you've got like AutoSketch, AutoCAD, Fusion 360. You've got fucking
SolidWorks.
Yeah, untold amounts of fucking drafting software.
Yeah, and I mean, there are still some places that your skills, they'd be like, oh yeah, we could totally use someone who can do that. It seems like everybody doesn't know how to do this anymore. It's like, yeah, because like you can't even install this on the new computers. So, but get this. So I after he asked me about that, I said 2 if I do my own drafting, 4 if other people are doing the drafting for me. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, loads me up with like, I think it's 6 projects. And I was like, oh. And then a guy, a headhunter reached out and said, hey man, you can make a lot of money in this other town. And I was like, all right, I'll go do that. And this company that I was at originally, like, they've just been bleeding. They've been hemorrhaging. They're really good people. Like, when I started, they had this girl who, you know, first of all, she's a girl. And second of all, she's like a girl that the guys in the field want to talk to. She was there for like a month. Or no,
not a Karen.
Yeah, not a Karen. No, she's I don't know. She's just a very relatable chick, and she's smart. She kind of reminds me of like a Jennifer Lawrence type. Like smoky kind of voice a little bit, but you don't know for sure. I think she probably smoked some weed. But yeah, so there was this great connection between the field staff and the engineering staff through her. They would give feedback, stuff would get implemented, blah, blah, blah. Well, when she left, man, you never saw the field guys in the office anymore. They were just always staying out in the field. And when they did come in and they have to talk to an engineer, they're grumpy, and then they like leave the building and they're like fucking engineers. Like they say it under their breath, it's like leave. It's like, man, this is dysfunctional. So, yeah, but they lost these good people, and I was the only electrical engineer at the place. So when I left, that really didn't do good for me, but I got so much money to go to this other place.
I know what you mean. But like, I'm just making my foray into large companies right now. Like I've always worked for kind of family-owned business, and it's just a different kettle of fish, really. Like, you know, we've got like my manager, my supervisor has a manager, and then he has a manager, and then he has a manager, and then he has a manager, and then it's like CEO. Yeah, and it's like what? But I feel like our workshop manager, like, yeah, he fucking does shit. He does shit. I'm not going in there, like, the last place I worked, I'd be like, okay, I need this tool. It's like, yeah, we'll get it, and then like a month later, we still don't have it. And it's like, yeah, okay, great. But here, it's like, yeah, you'll get it for you the next day. Or that day, yeah. He'll go out and buy it on his fucking credit card if he needs to.
And this is at a large company?
Yeah. The company I'm with is, Ventia. They've got like, I think they are like one of the largest infrastructure suppliers in the country. Like, they do everything, electrical cleaning, we call it like roads and transport, water.
Can you send me a link? I want to look at the website.
They're in New Zealand too. I don't think they're quite international yet, I'm not sure. But yeah, see, we're only a small part of the branch too. So we're part of the branch that looks after the steelworks where I live.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, they're saying infrastructure. Is it roads or power?
I think they do a bit of both. One thing I noticed too is that they seem to have like fire crews and stuff. I'm not sure how that works. Like, because you know, towns have their own government fucking funded fire things, you know. Unless they do airports, they might do like airport.
I mean, it seems like they do the whole gamut, dude. Like, you go to the What We Do page, and it's just like defense, education, energy, electricity, health, industrial, justice, government, maritime, mining, oil and gas. Like, it just goes on. Roads.
Yeah, from what I can see, they've got their hand in just about everywhere.
This is where you're at right now, or this is where you're trying to go?
No, this is where I'm at right now.
Okay, but before you were at like little small mom and pop shops where they're like, can we keep using the same stuff without upgrading?
Yes, exactly that. So I took a position, I was at a company for like basically 12 years. I spent, I don't know, like 9.5, so 11 years, something like that. I spent like 9 to 10 years there as a fabricator welder. And then I got out, did a little bit of travel, did a little bit of like shutdowns and stuff like labour hire, just something different. And then I thought, you know, fuck this is all shit. I went back and said, you know, have you got a position for another Boilermaker? They said, no, we need a machinist. So I'm like, alright, I can do that. Which, you know, I'm multi-skilled like that. Machining is my kind of like hobby on the side.
Okay.
So I went back there with the, you came to an agreement that, you know, I would eventually do an apprenticeship under them to actually get, you know, actual proper trade qualification on the machining side. And what they did, like, I spent quite a while on the lathe, like 6 months, which I'm like, yeah, this is cool, you know, I don't mind the lathe. Once they figured out that I can use the fucking Elgar mill, but like a 6 meter milling machine, they were fucking chuffed. Because they had 2 of those were their big money makers. That's yeah, the big jobs was what went on them. And I was on the Elgar mill fucking day in, day out. Oh, can you do overtime? Can you do overtime? Can you work back? Can you work? And I'm like, no. You know, I'm here to be a fucking machinist, not a milling machine operator. Because there was another guy there, old guy, good bloke, good machinist. He didn't know how to operate any other machine other than a milling machine. Because that's the position he was put in. Where he just fucking operated a milling machine all his life. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean that. I think companies like that because, like, you're less marketable to other companies. But man, like, I think as a person, like, it takes a certain brain. Like, you have to have a brain that likes doing the same thing every single day.
It wasn't a good machine too, bro. It was fucking horrible. I would tell you that there's probably worse machines out there. But trying to keep tolerances on this machine was near fucking impossible. Like, if you had a job that was like 2 meters long, and the spec required like 0.25 tolerance or something like that, I really doubt that tolerance was there. Not that we had any methods of measuring over that distance anyway. Like, you could use the machine to measure over that distance, but the machines were never tested, they were never calibrated. Who knows whether the DRO was actually reading 2.5 meters over that distance, you know?
Yeah.
The bed had fucking high spots all through it. Fucking the machine used to drop by itself, fucking, you know, without warning. You know, it had all these, like, it was a 60-year-old machine. And yeah, these machines are good, they're built good. They're strong, all that shit, but they've got to be, the maintenance has to be kept up with them. You know, they have to be rebuilt every once in a while. They have to be checked. And they're not very ergonomic. I think I worked harder being on that machine than I ever did swinging a sledgehammer as a bullet maker. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy getting fucking used. You know, like there wasn't enough. Dude, like there was a couple. No, there was a couple of jobs there that I pioneered, and like, the older guys there, the older machinists were not very open to doing new things. Like, for instance, they had a fucking, like, rotary table there, like a 1.5 meter rotary table. And we had a job that had, like, fucking radiuses, inside radiuses and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, give me that rotary table, I can do that job, you don't have to send it out for CNC. No worries, there's no fucking bad tolerances on it. And they were like, oh fuck, didn't know we could do that. Yeah, it just felt like very, very disrespected for fucking, you know, doing that shit for them, but not receiving anything in return, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to, like, I haven't found a place to, like, propose this to yet, but, like, having a concept of, like, getting paid for hours not worked. Because, you know, a lot of the work that I've done, it's like, okay, well, you need to bill all your time to the client or whichever project you're on. But it's like, if I go and make some changes or do some automation to make it where a 4-hour job only takes me 2 hours now, well, there's 2 hours that, like, realistically, I didn't work it, but I produced the output as if I did work those 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
that's a fucking good point too.
Yeah, and I haven't found a good way to, like, propose that to some place. Like, hey, you know, let's establish a baseline for where I'm at right now, and, you know, as time goes on, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's just so cheesy, and, like, places are gonna be like, fuck you, dude. Like, no, you work for us, and this is just what you do. You get better over time. But a lot of my stuff, like at this last place, they had this idea of like putting controls drawings into Revit, which it just nobody does that. Like, first of all, just having controls drawings for commercial buildings or residential buildings, it's a very uncommon thing. But with how sophisticated things have gotten, they're almost necessary now. And you have like these hydronic systems, you know, heated floors, snow melt outside, combine heating and air conditioning units. Like, there's just so many fancy cables that you need to have. And so controls drawings are necessary. And they said, hey, we want to put these into this Revit software. And so they had like the controls expert guy. They had me, kind of like the Revit guy. And then there was my boss, who was like the I guess approval of it. And then there was a 22-year-old Gen Z guy who was supposed to be the user of it. And to get him like to just like sit down and actually do it, that shit took probably like 3 weeks of him being like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you later today, and we'll get that done. And then he just doesn't get it done, and then he leaves. And then I ask him the following day at our meeting, hey, you know, we didn't get that done, can you do it today? Oh yeah. And it was just 3 weeks of that shit. And
he might be sitting there in his office playing Turtle Wow. That's a lot of people fucking do it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this game. You can just put it on whatever computer, and it's probably not going to get picked up by the normal corporate shit because it's different. It's not very well known. They're like, oh, we have World of Warcraft all blocked. Not Turtle WoW, bitches.
Turtle WoW. But yeah, I tried to do that with the company I was with too. Try and automate their processes, try and make them more efficient, stuff like that. Like their lathes, they wouldn't even put a DRO on their lathes, man. I'm like, you know, do you know how much more fucking efficient it would be if you actually had DROs, tool settings, fucking tool offputs, like offsets, shit like that. You know, you should be able to put a job in and fucking not even worry about measuring it until you're like a millimeter away from size.
Yeah, so like you work with them with that stuff, but like, what was the reward that you ended up seeing out of that?
Well, for starters, they didn't even take the advice. I suppose you don't get rewarded if your advice isn't even taken.
Yeah. I mean, that takes a toll on a person's ego just to begin with.
It's not like they didn't take the advice. It was more like, oh yeah, we'll get around to it. But it just never happened.
Oh yeah, dude, I had a guy who, like, I kept saying to him, hey, I'm having to put this in every single project. Like, put it in the template, please. Oh yeah, I'll do that. And I mean, it went like 3 months and just no traction whatsoever. So I ended up going to his boss, who was the company president, and saying, hey man, you know, can you get your peon to like actually do these things to make it so that me as the other peon doesn't have to keep doing the same shit over and over? He's like, oh, I trust him to like prioritize his time accordingly. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna fucking win here. I'm out.
The same kind of stuff happens in guilds sometimes too.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to fucking add-ons needed and fucking raid requirements.
Yeah, and it seems like as guilds get more successful, they all of a sudden are like, okay, now we're going to implement this other stuff. Like in the beginning, it's all just like loosey-goosey. Oh yeah, you know, it's fun, have a good time. But and I especially found it like with the world buffs, dude. Like they just were always like, oh, you gotta have world buffs, you gotta have full consumes, you have to. It's like, dude. Like, you don't really need to have all this stuff, because I was in a guild in Classic, and we didn't use world buffs. We just, it was a slower clear time. And
yeah,
it felt more challenging.
I never played Classic, but I mean, I played in 2005, 2006. And I don't remember ever having a world buff back then. I don't even remember using Flask.
Yeah, because they were too expensive. And no one had the money.
We never progressed further than Blackwing Lair, but I mean that was only pretty much because fucking TVC came out. We started late, I guess.
Yeah, out of all of my friends who were playing in 2005, like one of them actually set foot in Axe, and I was like, whoa! Like we just thought it was the coolest shit. Because you would, you know, do some PvP, and then occasionally there'd be some asshole rogue who has like tier 3 stuff. He just comes and decimates you. And you're like, wow. I hate this.
Yeah, I just got my shit pushed in.
Yeah, like I thought I had good gear. not compared to this tools.
I do like how, because like I've played mostly Wrath and TVC, I'd say. But I do like how PvP gear in Classic is like basically raid gear. It's not like you go out and fucking grind arenas for fucking gladiator gear and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
then you go into a BG and you can't crit someone and they've got like 20k HP and it's like, oh, what the fuck.
Yeah, like I have some boots. I use the PvP boots and the PvP chest right now on my shaman, because the set bonus is 40 attack power, which is basically an extra 10 stamina or 10 strength on each item, which is quite a bit.
Oh, so do shamans get double their strength's worth in attack power?
Yeah.
So 2 AP per point of strength.
Yep.
Fuck, that's pretty OP. I thought it was like similar to rogues. I think rogues get like 1 or 1.5 or something.
Yeah, they only get 1, but they get attack power for agility. So they get 1 attack power for agility and 1 attack power for a point of strength. Whereas shamans, we don't get any attack power from strength. We just get crit chance.
That Ghost Wolf 15% speed is pretty pissed.
Oh yeah, it's like I was stoked to get these. One thing that's kind of weird though, if you notice, like it says requires Blood Guard. I feel like if your PvP rank drops below it, you just can't even use the boots.
I don't think it works like that though, does it?
Well, if you look at the Legionnaire's male halberd, it doesn't requires Legionnaire.
I don't think it works like that, because I think rank 13 gear says the same thing, doesn't it? And it's definitely not a case of you have to keep your rank up. Oh, okay. That's weird.
Yeah, so this is like another Blood Guard thing, but it doesn't requires Blood Guard on it.
Look at some of the other pieces. they're off pieces, aren't they?
What? Oh, the champion stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they suck. I bought them and equipped them and then I sold them. They're just not good. Well, they're not good relative to what I have.
What's the equivalent to Alliance? Must be Knight Lieutenant. There is that.
Oh yeah, so on mine it says requires blood guard.
Funny, I can't find any other pieces of gear for any of the classes that say the same thing. There's hunter boots. Say the same thing. Nothing else says that.
Yeah, one thing I kind of like to do with those boots is, are you familiar with the like hamstring kiting and earthbind kiting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you have those boots on, you can do the earthbind kiting, except like you don't need to have earthbind out. You just do it by rote. So I can go and slap on my 3.9 speed axe and then just swap a guy, hoping for a win and then run away for, 2.5 seconds, then come back, smack him again, and he smacks me for hardly anything. So like those the Guardians
only gonna work on like warriors and paladins and rogues though.
Well, the thing about paladins, man, like I really struggle with them if they get close to me, because which a lot of them do. They've got their holy shock bullshit. They can justice.
They can Blessing of Freedom as well, which is immunity for like fucking 10 seconds or whatever it is, 8 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah, so they can Blessing of Freedom, and then I purge it, but then I have to
reapply. You're slow.
Yep, and then they can just Blessing of Freedom it again, and then I have to, and it's just like this whole time they're just like getting closer to me.
Frost shock also slows you too, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, so that's what I do is I'll Frost Shock, and then but they can purge Frost Shock.
Yeah, it's a magic fucking debuff.
Yep. Or cleanse, that's the word. Yeah, so they can just cleanse it and keep going full speed. Earthbind they can't cleanse, they have to like smack the totem away. But
see, I see what you're saying about Paladin. I imagine rogues and fucking warriors would be quite easy though. I mean, a warrior, as long as you stay out of their melee range, but also in their dead zone for intercept, like they're kind of fucked.
Yeah, which is very hard to do, because I feel like a lot of people, just with server lag, there's like this one paladin in particular, and it's like, it seems like he can hit me, and he's like 10 yards away, but I can't hit him, like, with a Frost Shock when he's, 20 yards away. Like, it shows on my screen that it's within range and I can cast it, but whenever I try to cast it, it says out of range.
I've noticed that too, on like fucking, what's the fucking dragon in black glare that we line of sight? First one.
Firemaw?
Is that fire? Oh, there's Firemaw, yeah. The one that puts stacks on you. When we're doing that, I'm always like, if I've got stacks on me and I know I can't stand out there for another stack, to renew it, I don't want that to happen. I'll still try and get some DPS in. I'll pop out, fire blast him. I've got to be like fucking 5, 6, 7 yards away from the wall before my fire blast will go off. You know what I mean? Because the game still thinks I'm behind the wall.
Right. Yeah.
It's fucking, it's dumb. Like, it's only a quarter of a second. I only get like 250 ms.
Yeah, I've got an issue where when I have voice chat going, it's like I have keyboard lag. So I'll go and push, like, you know how some people they'll just like do the left right
to cancel a spell.
Well, it's not to cancel a spell, but just to like it almost looks like they're an ADD person that like they have to just keep moving.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, so I can do that, but like it's terrible because of the keyboard thing.
Hang on. I had something like that. I'm sure I had something like that fucking ages ago. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think that's a problem in the game bindings. Like the game can't process. Yeah, I think it's the game can't process too many keystrokes at the same time.
I don't know, like I've had the very similar issue with StarCraft. So like StarCraft, I would press A, like I'd select my units and then press A to attack, and then I would go and click on a unit, and then all it does is it just selects the enemy unit. And I was like, what the fuck? So I think it's something about my graphics card or the RAM for my graphics card. I don't know.
No, what it is? What do you use for a push to talk?
I use the comma key on the keyboard, and then I also have it bound to my mouse.
Check your keybinds. Alright, if mouse isn't working, then I don't think I can help you because that shouldn't be to do with anything. But for instance, this is what I've encountered. I remember it now. So I can't run forward when I use my push to talk. I can run side to side. I'm sure there's some other buttons I can't press too. But I think that's a conflict with in-game bindings. So I use control for my push to talk. So I think it's kind of thinking I'm control clicking something, which I shouldn't be allowed to do or something.
So the control button doesn't work well for you?
It does in most cases. For instance, if I'm running, if I press W and then press my push to talk, I'm fine. But if I press my push to talk and then try to press W to run forward, I can't do it.
Oh, that's because it's seeing you pressing Control W, not just W.
But I don't have Control W bound to anything in my keybinds, which that's the part I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, if I go into keybinds and like in-game keybinds and look through that massive long menu, it's not bound to anything.
Do you have lazy pigs?
No, I don't use lazy pig.
Because I found that like that thing, it just has all these various, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just accidentally with it.
Well, Boggum was using it for ages, and he said he didn't realise that it wasn't showing for a role, a specific what do you call it, an idol that he was after as a feral. He had apparently missed it so many fucking times because it wasn't rolling for him. It was just coming up as invisible.
Oh, okay. Like, they just automatically pass.
Yeah, auto pass.
Yeah, which I saw those options in my thing. And I'm like, no. But there's definitely some stuff that you can't really control. So I've got I made that modification to the game where, like, whenever I loot something, it's as if I'm holding shift always.
The EXE modification.
Yeah. But with Lazy Pigs, when you go and open up a vendor's menu while holding shift, it will automatically sell your gray items for you. And I don't hold shift, but I go and click on the vendor, and lo and behold, all my gray items just like start automatically selling.
Do you have PFUI?
Yeah.
That option is in PFUI as well. That's probably what's doing it.
Well, there's the sell all gray items button, which when I open it up, it's clickable, and then after a couple of seconds, then all of a sudden all my gray items are gone. And like, you know how PFUI will say like, you sold, 5 items and you got 2 gold, 50 silver.
Yeah.
The Lazy Pig, it doesn't give you that information. It just says you sold this, you sold this, you sold this.
Can you turn that off in Lazy Pig though? I would try turning at least one of them off, whether it's the PFUI one or the Lazy Pig one.
If I do /LP for Lazy Pig, and then I do show keybind, there are non-configurable enhancements. And it says sell gray items /repairs. Hold shift while the merchant's window is open.
That seems really fucking dumb.
Yeah, like it.
So what it's doing? It's shift clicking you. It's shift clicking for you on a merchant.
Yeah.
But see, I never did the EXE modification either. It took me a lot of getting used to, but I eventually just got used to shift clicking every mob.
Oh man. Yeah, and that's why you don't loot the Broodlord head.
No, I mean, I know that there's certain mobs that you don't shift click on. But like, I came to this server straight from Wrath, so it was a bit of a shock to the system for me.
So I played a priest in Wrath and classic,
Disc?
or not classic, vanilla, and man, I had some of the best macros, like very advanced, like mouse over macros, where I can go and just select a mob, and if I hover over someone and press my heal, I will heal that person under my mouse. If I have an enemy selected, but nothing under my mouse, then it will just heal the person that the mob is attacking. And yeah, that just I'm getting tired. I need to go to bed.
I could never get used to that stuff. I tried mouse overs. So yeah, if you see me in raid, like targeting each person individually, that's just how I roll, unfortunately.
Well, like, I have to do it right now. I can't get mouse over macros to work. So
they do work. I know that there's a lot of fucking bullshit involved in getting them to work.
Yeah, like, I think you have to You have to download a secondary add-in.
I think people are either using macros, like the power macroid macros or whatever it's called, or they're using the PF click, I think it's called, or PF mouse over or something like that. There's something in PF that takes a bit of setting up.
Okay.
You know, one thing that fucking blows my mind too is that, like, Hobart, you know, like, where he goes, you know, could anyone tell me whether you're missing blessings? Does everyone have kings? Fucking no. Just get a fucking raid frames add-on, bro, but, like, preferably PFUI. You know, like, my raid frames, they just come up with who's got arcane intellect on them and who's not. If I'm on the paladin, it's got all the blessings there, like you can see, plain as day.
Yeah, you guys have some, well, I think it's Mirax who's got that one that's like a very, like, it says Divine Spirit is missing on Shamans, because, like, that's a classic thing that they'll do, is they go and buff everybody, and then, but there's only one mana user in the tank group or the melee group, so they just don't give them 4.
That's RA buffs that does that. I believe it's RA buffs. But see, I don't like pally power sometimes too. It's convenient for like one button buffing, but like it won't let you put fucking might on mages. It won't let you put wisdom on people without fucking mana bars. Like, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I would, if I was one of like 5 paladins, 6 paladins in a raid, and my job was to put wisdom on everyone, I would legit put wisdom on everyone. Because
yeah,
it ticks
like
all the little things. Oh, it ticks all the little boxes on pally power too, so you don't look at it and go, well, someone's not buffed.
Yeah, I saw a guy on the forum and he's just like, there's nothing I like more than just buffing up my teammates. And then I also did a raid with a guy who, he had like a 2-hand sword, and he was thunderclapping, demo shouting, like just doing really good.
Max debuffs.
Yeah. So yeah, because he had some sword that was like chance on hit, grant 4% extra crit chance to all of your party members. Have you seen that?
No. In Classic?
In Turtle WoW.
No, it doesn't ring a bell. I know you got like Annihilator and shit like that, which no one seems to use. I don't think it's really worth. Might be worth it now with the debuff limit.
Yeah. Well, I have Riven Spike. You know what that is?
Which one's that? So I think there are a couple of weapons in game that do an armor debuff.
Yeah, but I don't know if they stack. Like, I've had times where I'll go and have 3 stacks of Riven Spike on a mob, and then I'll be like, hey, can you put Fairy Fire on the boss? And then the boss now has more armor after the Fairy Fire got applied.
How'd you check that though?
I have this macro that I found.
I was gonna say, because there's an add-on for PFUI that it's a debuff monitor, and when you've got the mob targeted, it'll tell you all the important debuffs that are on it. It will light them up, like Nightfall, Fairy Fire, all that kind of shit, but it'll also tell you their resists and their armor. but I'm not sure whether it calculates their armor in game, or whether it calculates it off a predetermined thing. You know
Yeah,
what I
like
mean?
a library of sorts.
Yeah.
Because that's
So
the thing. Like,
I've
this
turned it
game-
off because it's quite large for what it is. It's a bit cluttersome.
Okay.
But yeah, early raiding here, I used to have it on. Basically, more so, I wanted to know what resists mobs had.
Need to get closer. Need to get closer.
Yeah, well, because like as a mage, you have all that like spell pinch and stuff, right? Like that kind of comes standard on a lot of your gear.
Well, I always found myself out like a lot of elementals out in the world, even like rock elementals, have got like 50 odd of all resists. I'm thinking like, you know, out there fucking killing rock elementals and like, why is this shit resisting all the time? And then I get that add-on and I realise that they've got all these resists. You know, water elementals have like, it says they've got like 150 resists, but
Yeah.
they're completely immune to frost damage at least.
Yeah, I wish in our Blackwing wares we had like, I don't know, faster callouts on the weaknesses for mobs. Have you noticed that it seems to like some of them just don't even get called out?
Yeah, I try to call them out as they find them. Like my first thing when I go in there is I'll fire blast the first mob.